Okay, today we're going to take a look at Rumble and Jaguar, otherwise known as Ravage. This is the knockoff version. I kind of like the fact that you call them Jaguar instead of Ravage. Ravage has got a way better sound to it. Anyway, so we're going to take a look at these guys today. Again, this is a knockoff version. If you can see, I did a review just a little bit ago of Frenzy and Buzzsaw, and they're going to hang out up top, you know, and kind of watch and see what's going on. So let's get to it. Again, it is in the Takara packaging. You can see that they have put the nice clear plastic finish over the characters. As you can see, and it is over here over the Transformers logo as well. Look to the side. You have Rumble on one side, and then you have Jaguar or Ravage on the other, and Transformers Masterpiece on this side. And so in the bigger boxes, this is usually this is chromed in a nice silver foil, but it's not here. And then on the back, they just show the two of them together along with Soundwave, their big master. So you can see here, this is what comes with it, and that is exactly what does come with this knockoff version. So let's go ahead and get to it. So let's take them out, fold this up, put this in the back. Okay, and let's take a look and see at what we have. So this is a kit. You have both the tapes, both the cassettes, you have the holders, and you have the pile drivers and the guns. So underneath, obviously, you have the instruction booklet like you normally do. You also have a card. The card is, turn around, the card is for both of them. They do not get their own card. They are on the same card together, and it is Rumble and Jaguar, or Ravage, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so let's take a look at these first. There's two of them. They're identical, so I'm not going to take the other one out. But they're really nice. They're nice, hard plastic. They are clear. You can see right through it. They open really nice. I really like these. I think it's a nice little touch to put them with it. And let's take a look at Rumble. Take him out. So again, you know, where you have the actual tape storage inside here, the little wheels, they go in little spikes for all you people that were born a long time ago and never had tapes. Just in case you didn't know, that's how they go in. And you shut it like this, and there you go. And they're really nice. I like them. They're pretty fancy looking. So that's basically the cassette holders. Put that off to the side. Here's Ravage. Take him out. And then here's the pile drivers and the guns. So let's look at the pile drivers and the guns first. Now, what is interesting about the pile drivers and the guns is there's a lot of uses for this. So one use is you can stick it onto MP, whatever the number is, Soundwave. So he can actually hold it on his arm, so it looks like a battery pack there. And then also when he is in his tape playing mode, his alt mode, you can put it on like this, and it also, these little things right here plug into the side of him, and you put it like that, and it looks like he's playing from a battery pack. So not only can you use them with Rumble himself, but you can also use them with Soundwave. So let's take a look. In terms of the pile drivers, first of all, you can see that there's a little diagonal piece here and here. That makes it so if when they are carrying the guns, if they didn't have those, you would put them like this, and the little flaps here would hit each other. But so they're both at an angle. If you look, they're kind of something like this. You can see how they can fit nice across from each other like that. Pile drivers themselves, they extend. They're painted. I don't see any issues with the paint here at all. It looks really nice. The paint looks great. And again, they can store the guns. And you can see there's this little groove right here that matches the groove with the gun. All you do, and they fit really tight. Oh, that's what it is. You can see, I don't know if you can see it right here, but there's a little handle right here, and it's coming outside a little bit. So that's why it's not coming out. Got stuck on me. Let's see. Oh. Okay, let's take this guy out first. So you can see they should be nice and straight like this. See when it comes out like that, it's at a 90-degree angle. So let's get this in here. There we go. Okay, that's not an issue of the fact that they're knockoffs. It's just that this piece right here, see, this is not a 45. It should have been put in like that. Actually, it should have been put in like this, I believe. So that was the issue. Just got caught. So anyway, pile drivers, they can hold his little guns like I showed. So let's go ahead and get in the transformation of Rumble. Let's take a look at him first. All right. So if you look at him, paint apps look great. There's really not much that is out of whack in terms of the paint apps that this guy can see in the light. He looks pretty good. I don't see a lot of over coloring places, spillage of paint. It looks like it's done pretty well. The backside, same thing. He's got gold chrome, and I don't see any of the gold chrome missing. When I just did Frenzy a little bit before, his little Decepticon symbol was not quite in the middle. This guy's is pretty close. You can see it's a little off relative to this part in his waist, but it looks pretty good. Alright, so transformation from this guy is really easy. Arms, legs. So you can pull the arms out, see that? Pull the legs down. So let's go ahead and do the arms, pull those all the way down, and then you just pull out the little hand. It's inside here. There's nothing all that tough about this guy. His head right there, you can see the top of his head. Get that with your fingernail, turn his head. Okay, now for the legs are actually pretty cool. They've got a lot of movement to them. So you get like this, and this, push to the front like that. Same thing, you pull down, push to the front, then pull down his feet. So he looks pretty good. He's got a wide range of motion as well. You can move his head, ball joint here, so he can move his arm pretty much in any direction at the shoulder. Here, it's just a swivel, so you can swivel up and you're stopped right there, just like us. And with his hand, you can move it pretty much anywhere there. Oop, one thing I forgot is his waist. It kind of comes down on its own anyway, but when he's a cassette, his waist looks like that. And what you do is you pull him down, you get a little extra movement. Again, you can see right here the ball joint here, so his leg is on a ball joint. You can do pretty much anything you want there. You can bend all around. You got two swivels here. Bend like that. You can bend the foot. It's on a ball joint as well, so it can go any direction. And you have a little bit of sideways tilt, so you can move that back and forth like that. So he really moves quite well. So he has two ways you can use his gun. In his gun, you can see this. This is the bigger one. This is the smaller one. You have to switch back and forth. So when he holds the gun, you need the smaller one. And that fits his hand. His hand does not fit regular weapons. Put that backwards, but whatever. Same thing with this one. Make sure the smaller grip is down. And there you go. So you can hold both of his guns like that. Okay. So that's fine. However, if you want to use his pile drivers, you can hide the guns. Well, not hide them. You can store them on the back, and they kind of look like little jetpacks. You can see it in the picture right there. He's kind of holding them back there. So get this out. They're pretty tight fits, which is nice. So now, flip it. This is a little bit bigger, and this fits into the little hole back here. Let's make sure I get the right one this time. That one's tight. Some of these are not tight. It probably just depends on which one. Quality control is not the best, always for knockoffs, but for the masterpiece knockoffs, it's even pretty good. So that looks pretty good. That's how you recognize him, from the TV show, and he looks pretty nice like that. So if you want to use a pile drivers, go ahead and turn this here so you see the ball joint. Lift his arm up, and then fold his hand in. Same thing here. So it's kind of counterintuitive. You wouldn't think to hold his hand up. You'd actually think that put his elbow down, but he needs to look like this, like he's surrendering, except he has no hands. So then what you're going to do is you push this in here, and you can see there's a little line right here. Okay, you push these in. Oh man, I did the same time last time too. So there are left and right. One goes in better one way than it does the other. There you go. Do you hear that click? So that's in. It's in nice and solid. Let's go and put the other one in. Same thing, nice and click. So now you got him with his pile drivers. You can extend them. They extend a pretty good range. Give him some pretty good look with it. And they have his legs going out like, oops, I pulled the arms when I pulled the legs. I mean, they stay in pretty good. I don't really have any issues with this guy. So if we pull the legs out, move these out like this. There you go. I got him doing his pile driving. Oops. And again, these pile drivers are meant to do a lot of things in terms of holding the weapon, working with sound wave, so they are not perfect at being held. But that's not too bad. So there you go. He's getting ready to shake up the ocean floor like he does in some of the episodes. All right, so let's move him off to the side. Now we have Ravage. Ravage is great on this side. His paint apps look fantastic. No issue. This side, it is a hot mess. And I guess they just did what they had to do. Again, this is not because this is a knockoff. This is just a transforming design in general. I'm just not a huge fan. You can see it's really open and clunky in there. Oops. It's just really open. And then on the back, on the front side, it looks pretty good. Ravage is pathetically easy to transform. All you have to remember is he is half a cat. This is the middle of him. You gotta snap his, where is this? This is his back. Snap his back together and snap his head together. And then you pretty much just push this into feet. So let's take the head out. Snap. There you go. There's the head. Now the head is not my biggest I'm not a huge fan because you don't have any movement with the mouth, and you cannot move the rest of the head up and down. All you can move it is right here. So I'm not a huge fan of that. They posed him quite well on the box, and that's like really the best pose you can put him in. Okay, so to move the rest of them, you can pull the legs out. Now you can see both the legs were off on the side. The small front legs, they actually peg into the bigger piece, and the back leg. So there's the hole, and there's the peg. So, but there's so much leeway with this guy. You can take it out pretty much in any order you want. So put this all the way back. Oh, sorry. Before you put that in, it is easier to pull the tail out first. There we go. So we pulled the tail out. Put that in. Okay, so now it kind of looks like roadkill, but it's pretty easy at this point. Go ahead and pull this down so you see the Decepticon symbol. Same thing on this side. Now, if you put it like this, you're going to see this silver paint. That's not what you want to see for the front of them. So rotate that like this, and then do his foot. Yes, you see a little bit of kibble. There's this little piece of plastic right there, which again, on here, they have his front legs sticking out like this, so it covers up that piece of kibble. I mean, they really worked this. They really worked the picture on the package. So same thing here. Turn that so the kibble goes on the back, and you have the front leg. Okay. So now let's do the back. As you can see, it's pretty easy. You're just going to pull this down, and then move the legs forward. Move the back leg forward. So there you go. So there's Ravage. And Ravage is, I mean, in terms of the way he is right now, he looks pretty good. Again, I'm not a fan, not the fact that this is a knockoff, but the fact there's just nothing to do with the head. It just sits there. And almost all the other ones, you can at least open the mouth or something like that. So I'm not a huge fan of that. You do have his little rocket launchers here off to the side. They don't do anything. They move whichever way the leg moves. Tail can move up and down. But in terms, so you can move, like I said, you can move the head here. You can move the legs at the shoulders. You can move the legs here at whatever his knee is, and you can move the paws, and you can do that for all of them. So again, you can move it at the hip, I guess, his knee, and then the paw. So, I mean, he works. It could be better, but he's got a lot of movement and posability to him, except for the fact of the head. All right, so let's go back and let's transform these guys back into the tape. So again, you just pull these off, pretty easy. If you want, you can store the guns inside, but we'll just set them off to the side. Head. For both of these, it's easier to transform them if you look at the colored side, because it just shows you how things go. It's kind of like a Rubik's Cube where you want to get all the red on one side or whatever. It's the same thing here. Just keep moving him so you see the right color, okay? So we're going to rotate this, move this whole piece down. There's his arms that are done. Okay, you can see the silver here, and that's black. That doesn't go together. So just do it this way. Oh, there you go. Move this guy in here. And now, obviously, they are on the wrong side. So we'll flip him. Rotate this down. Rotate this down. Okay, and now you can see right in here there's this big cavity. That's where all of this goes. So you can just kind of push that in there and just kind of keep your finger here and then shove him in and he'll go. So watch, we'll do the same thing here. So this is out. I'm just kind of pull this out a little bit. Oops. Pull this piece out and just kind of massage that in there. Like that. And it goes right back in. See? Perfect. Okay, Frenzy. Frenzy is even easier. Remember before, he was half a cat. So the tape is split in half this way. So open up the head. And again, let's flip him to the back side so you can see what's actually going on. Okay, so you can see with this, there's no color. All the ball joints should be on the back. So flip. There you go. Same thing with this guy. Flip it so the Decepticon symbol comes forward. And then you want to flip it like this. Oops, sorry. There we go. I knew I was missing something. There we go. You want the silver to be showing. And then this piece, you can see, just kind of goes across there. Alright, so we'll leave the legs. We'll do the legs last. So it's the same thing here. Flip this down. Now look at all that color. So we had the legs like this. Spray the legs, pull it down, move these legs off to the side, and then just push this in. And you see this, there's this little tab right here. There's a little hole here. Just kind of massage that in. Same thing with this side. Okay, so now you still have the legs to do. So I like to do the silver legs first. These are the back hind legs. So angle the foot, and it goes in there like that. Angle this foot, same thing. Put it in there like that. And now you basically have the tape, except for the other legs. So as I mentioned before, so here's the little peg on this guy, and there's a hole it goes into. So just go, and there's enough give. Just move it in there, and push it in. Same thing this guy. Just kind of pull it up, push it in. There you go. So that is the review on Rumble and Jaguar or Ravage. You can see they're both pretty good. They look pretty great. Again, for 19 bucks on eBay, you can't do much better. I would really get them if you don't already have the actual masterpiece. I would like it if any of you would mind clicking on like for this video. Please subscribe to the channel. I'll be doing most of all the knockoffs for the masterpiece that I have, along with the current Combiner Wars series. So if you subscribe, you'll start getting notifications when the new videos come out. So there are these two, and then you have the other two guys. You have all four of them that are available. So the only one that is not here would be obviously Rat Bat, and that one will be coming later. So from the Autobot Arc, this is Ryan signing out. Thanks.